They say when you play the streets too long, the streets start playing you. And this episode, from the very first scene, it made one thing clear: no one is safe. Whether it's blood ties, street codes, or broken promises, everything is falling apart. Episode 6 wastes no time. It throws us straight into tension, betrayal, and a storm that's just getting started. Asterisk, the episode opens in total silence. Not the peaceful kind, but the kind that makes your stomach tighten. The camera slowly moves through a dark alley in Detroit. There's trash blowing in the wind, streetlights flickering, and somewhere in the background, a police siren howls and fades. It's not just a scene, it's a warning. Something heavy is coming. Asterisk, then, bang, the silence breaks. We cut to Meech, sitting alone in a car, engine off, headlights off. His face is lit only by the soft glow of a street lamp. He's watching something or someone. He's calm, but his eyes tell a different story. They're cold, sharp, calculating. You can tell right away this isn't the same Meech we saw just a few episodes ago. This version of him, he's seen too much. And now he's ready to do what has to be done. Asterisk, cut to Terry, standing in a kitchen that doesn't feel like home. He's in his aunt's place, pacing back and forth, holding a burner phone. There's a message on it, one we can't read yet, but his expression says everything. It's bad news. Really bad. He takes a deep breath, then smashes the phone against the floor. He doesn't want anyone tracing this. Asterisk, right here, the episode is doing something smart. It's showing us that both brothers are moving, but not together. They're on different missions. Meech is hunting. Terry is hiding. It's subtle, but the show is starting to build that feeling that the family bond is cracking, not all at once, but piece by piece. Asterisk, a few minutes in, we meet Detective Bryant, who's now working under a lot more pressure. His new boss is on his back, demanding results, and you can see Bryant is cornered. He's got no allies left in the department, and no one trusts him. But instead of backing down, he's pushing harder, threatening informants, bending rules, and clearly on the edge of doing something reckless. You can feel it building, like he's about to cross a line that can't be UNCROSSED. And then there's Lamar, who's barely shown in this opening sequence but makes his presence felt. We see just a flash of him in a rundown motel room, shirt off, staring into a broken mirror. He's holding a photo of someone, we don't know who yet, but it's personal. He doesn't speak, he doesn't move, but somehow it's one of the scariest moments in the episode. Lamar doesn't need words to bring fear. He just is fear. Asterisk, the opening ends with a short montage. Cars speeding through rainy streets, the gun being loaded, a church choir singing in the background, and finally, a text message being sent. It reads, "It's time." Asterisk, just like that, the game is in motion. Asterisk, this is how BMF season 4 episode 6 starts. No warm-up. No breathing room. Just raw tension. Everyone's playing their own game now. And it's clear this episode won't be about survival. It's about choices and consequences. Asterisk, let's talk about how the characters moved and changed in episode 6, because this episode wasn't just about action. It was about pressure. And the more pressure you put on people, the more their true selves start to show. Asterisk, Meech. The streets made him, now they're changing him. Asterisk, Meech has always been the mastermind, the calm, strategic one. But in this episode, there's something different about him. He's no longer just trying to build an empire. He's trying to protect it at any cost. He's not asking for advice anymore. He's not playing nice, he's calling the shots. And it's clear that anyone who gets in the way, even family, is a problem. Asterisk, there's one scene where he's sitting across from a new supplier, and instead of negotiating, he demands loyalty. No more soft talk, no more handshakes. Meech looks him straight in the eye and says, "If you hesitate, you're already on the wrong side." It's a chilling moment. You can feel the weight of everything he's been through. He's not just building a legacy, he's becoming the kind of man who can't be shaken, no matter what it costs him inside. But what's wild is, even with all that strength, you can still see moments where he's not sure who he's becoming. There's a short scene where he watches his little brother sleep and for a split second, his face softens, like he's remembering why he started all this in the first place. But then he gets up, puts on his chain, and walks out the door. Business first, feelings later. Terry. Torn between two worlds. Now Terry. He's the opposite right now. He's feeling everything. His heart's in the game, but his head is somewhere else. In episode 6, Terry starts to question not just what they're doing, but why they're doing it. He's caught between being a boss on the street and a father at home. And the weight of that choice is all over him this week. One scene shows Terry trying to explain to his baby mama that things are under control. But she doesn't believe him, and honestly, neither do we. Because just minutes later, Terry almost gets caught slipping. Someone from the rival crew taunts him outside a gas station, and Terry's hand hesitates before it reaches for the gun in his glove box. That hesitation could have cost him everything. That one moment says it all. Terry isn't built like Meech. He's still human. Still conflicted, and that's starting to make him dangerous. Not because he's weak, but because he's unsure. And in the streets, uncertainty gets you killed. Detective Bryant, cornered and getting desperate. Detective Bryant, on the other hand, is becoming completely unhinged. He's desperate to stay relevant, desperate to prove he's still got power in a department that's turning its back on him. You can see it in how he talks, more aggressive, less patient. In one scene, he grabs a low-level dealer and threatens him in an alley, promising he'll plant evidence if he doesn't start talking. Bryant's badge used to be his shield. Now it's his weapon, and worst of all, he's losing control of the one thing that gave him leverage, his secret sources. They're going silent. They don't trust him anymore. There's a part where he watches Meech and Terry from his unmarked car, muttering to himself, like he's trying to convince himself that he's still in control. But the truth is, Bryant's on the edge, and if he tips over, he might drag someone down with him. Lamar, the storm that's still gathering. And then there's Lamar. He doesn't do much in terms of screen time this episode, but what little we do see is full of menace. He's clearly planning something. There's a scene where he follows one of Meech's lieutenants through an abandoned building but doesn't attack. He just watches, learning, studying, waiting for the right moment. What makes Lamar so terrifying isn't just what he does, it's what he's capable of doing. And in episode 6, it's clear he's not finished. He's just waiting to make the move that turns everything upside down. This episode does an incredible job of showing where everyone stands and where they're headed. Meech is becoming the king, but at a price. Terry is trying to be both soldier and family man, but failing at both. Bryant is falling apart, and Lamar is the quiet storm that's about to hit. Everyone's playing for survival now, but only. Some of them are playing to win. BMF doesn't just give us drama, it hits us with moments that flip the entire board. And episode 6, it's full of moves nobody saw coming. Just when you think you know who's got the power, the game changes. Fast, loud, and bloody. Let's break down the biggest twists of this week's episode. The first major twist happens about a third into the episode. Meech sets up a secret meeting with a new connect from out of state, a Colombian with ties in Miami. The meeting is supposed to be low-key, just a talk. But the moment Meech walks in, you can feel something's off. No one offers him a drink. No one even smiles. Turns out it was a setup. Not by the connect, but by someone close to Meech, one of his own crew. He gets ambushed, not shot. Not yet, but cornered and warned. Back off, or next time, it won't be a warning. Meech walks away alive, but now he knows there's a snake in the family. And he doesn't take betrayal lightly. Asterisk, he doesn't tell Terry. He doesn't tell anyone, but he knows. And you can see in his eyes, Meech is going to handle this his way, quietly, permanent asterisk. While Meech is trying to handle the outside threat, Terry's dealing with something just as dangerous on the home front. A rival crew member approaches him in broad daylight, no mask, no fear, and offers him a deal behind Meech's back. Terry says no. The guy says, "Think about your kid." Meech won't. Asterisk, that one line shakes Terry. And here's the twist. Terry starts thinking about it. You can tell he doesn't say yes, but he doesn't report it either. Not to Meech, not to anyone. For the first time, Terry is keeping secrets, which means the bond between the brothers is starting to crack. Asterisk later, he tells his girl he's tired of being second in his own life. That's not just frustration. That's foreshadowing. Asterisk, asterisk. Detective Bryant has been dancing on the edge all season. But in episode 6, he fully breaks bad. After one of his informants goes missing, likely silenced by Meech's people, Bryant loses it. He doesn't go to his boss. He doesn't start an official case. Instead, he plants fake evidence at a stash house and tips off another cop to get Meech's crew raided. Asterisk, that's right, he sets them up himself. No backup, no warrant, just pure rage and dirty tactics. It doesn't go exactly as planned. The raid comes up empty, but now the streets are buzzing. Somebody's snitching, and Meech's crew is paranoid. Which is exactly what Bryant wanted. Asterisk, he wants to turn them against each other. Make them slip. He's not just trying to catch Meech anymore. He's trying to destroy him from the inside out. Asterisk, the episode closes with the biggest twist yet. Asterisk, one of Meech's top soldiers, Darnell, is found dead. Not just shot, executed, body dumped in front of one of Meech's known hangouts. But here's the real message. His tongue was cut out. A warning, a sign. This wasn't random. This was personal. Asterisk, and get this. Right before it happened, Darnell was the one Meech suspected of snitching. He never confronted him. Never even said it out loud. But whoever did this knew what they were doing. They wanted Meech to feel it. To second guess asterisk, episode 6 wasn't just about bodies dropping or alliances breaking. It was about something deeper, a shift in power, trust, and identity. Every scene was loaded with meaning. Let's break down the biggest themes and what they might be setting up for the next episode. Or the rest of the season. Asterisk, from the beginning, loyalty has been the glue holding BMF together. But in this episode, we start to see that glue cracking. Everyone, from Meech's crew to his own brother, is starting to look over their shoulder. People are asking questions like, who can I trust? Who's got my back? And who's waiting to stab it? Asterisk, when Darnell is found dead, it's not just a murder, it's a symbol. The streets are shifting, the code is breaking, even family ain't safe anymore, and that's dangerous, because once loyalty disappears, all that's left is fear. Asterisk, Meech is climbing higher, yes, but he's paying for it. Emotionally, mentally, he's harder now. More focused, less patient, but at what cost? We're watching a man trade his soul for his empire, one decision at a time. Asterisk, you can see it when he looks at Terry and doesn't recognize the boy he used to protect. You can feel it when he walks away from his crew instead of checking in. This episode is showing us something loud and clear. Power isolates. And the higher Meech climbs, the more alone he becomes. Asterisk, let's talk about some details you might have missed. Little things that mean big trouble later. Asterisk, when Terry hesitated to pull that gun. That wasn't just nerves. That was a sign that his heart ain't in this anymore. That hesitation could cost him his life for somebody else's. Asterisk, when Detective Bryant said, whoever it takes, that wasn't a throwaway line. That was a promise, a threat. He's already broken the rules, and next, he might break himself or someone close to Meech, Asterisk, and Lamar. His silence is more dangerous than his violence. He's watching, planning, waiting. You don't show Evolve that calm unless he's about to bite. Asterisk. All these small clues point to one thing. Episode 7 is going to explode. Somebody's flipping, somebody's dying, and somebody's losing everything. Asterisk. This episode wasn't just fire. It was gasoline being poured on a city that's already burning. Asterisk. Meech is becoming the boss we always knew he could be. But he's turning into something darker. Asterisk. Terry's cracking under the pressure. His silence is getting louder. Asterisk. Detective Bryant is officially off the rails, and someone's going to get caught in the wreck. Asterisk. And Lamar. He's the storm just beyond the corner. You can't see him yet, but you'll know when he hits. Asterisk. Episode 6 left us with one clear message. This isn't just about business anymore. It's personal. And when it gets personal, all baits are off. Asterisk. What do you think is about to go down? Next, is Terry going to flip? Will Meech find out who betrayed him? And what's Lamar really planning? Asterisk. Drop your theories in the comments. I read them all. Asterisk. And if you're locked in like we are, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more BMF breakdowns every week. Because trust me, if you think episode 6 was wild, you ain't seen nothing yet. Asterisk.